fun was it? I mean, from start to finish, you had the fans like, I mean, they're cheering at the beginning, they're cheering at the end when you're trying to finish the game off. I mean, how much fun was that?
It was a lot of fun. I can't remember who I was saying, but I said it was top three games as a Sabre, and then I quickly went into probably the most fun that I've had in this rink, and it was just everything from the ceremony before, the ovation that he got right away was just incredible, and I obviously kicked off the night to a wild first period. Obviously, a lot of emotion. The building's into it, and then we kind of settled into our game. And the fans were into it all night, doing the wave in the third. Guys were looking around, and guys got chills. They hadn't seen it, and just looked at Cuzzy and said, "This is the National League." And he was rookie last year, no fans, and then he hadn't seen the building like that, so it was pretty special.
Were you surprised that? I mean, they stayed. I mean, there weren't too many people that left that building even when the game was over.
Yeah, when I looked up, and I actually didn't know RJ was on the bench, and I was like saluting the press box, and he's not up there, but yeah, I mean, I looked around, and it didn't seem like there were very many empty seats, and just a special night for the city, for the fans that have listened to RJ for a long time. 51 years of doing anything like that's incredible, and what he's meant to this city, to this community, to the organization. He's been through everything, and that was a special night for the people of Buffalo, and they're going to be talking about that one, that they were at that game for a long time.
How special was just the photo of you guys at the end?
Yeah, it was cool. I kind of hoping they use that as our team picture this year, and that was a neat one, just very impromptu, and a special moment for all of us to have, for sure.
What did it mean for you to be in the room after the game and be able to give him the sword, and just that moment of sharing with the group there?
Yeah, it's the locker room's a sacred place, in what we do, and obviously this is a new age, a new world with cameras kind of everywhere, and it's nice that people get to kind of see a little bit of what goes on in there, and but to be able to have a moment like that in the locker room with the guys, like that's something that's special as a group, and something that when you play in this league, and you're able to be in the locker room every day with a group of guys like that, to share a moment with RJ was a pretty neat thing.
How much of an impact will this have on Cousins and Krebs and guys who haven't seen this building like that before?
We'll see. It's I said it from the first day of the year that this whole thing needs to happen the way it's supposed to, and organically, and we're just going to continue to build. And this was, I think that the last number of weeks, we play the Vegas game, then we play the outdoor game, and we played some emotional games, and last night was one of them. And I thought that last night we really stuck to our game, and that was something that I think is a good step for us. And so to say what kind of impact it's going to have on them, hopefully it's going to want to push them a little bit harder, so our team becomes better, and then we're going to have more buildings like the building's going to be more like that.
Have you noticed like a through line in those emotional games and the way the guys handle that?
Well, I think that we've done a good job of playing the way that we need to. I think we blew a lot of leads early in the year, and we've been figuring out that we have to play the same way, and you can't press, you can't cheat the game. We have to stick with what makes us successful, and we have to stick to our identity, and that's something that is difficult to do, I think, in a game like that, in an emotional game like that. But we've done a pretty good job over the last few weeks. So credit to the guys.
Was there a certain point this season, Kyle, where you really started to see the group coming together and you guys becoming a team, right? I mean, there were new faces in the room, training camp's different, but as you go through adversity, at a certain point that you really notice that this is really starting to come together?
I don't know if you can pinpoint one specific moment for that. It's just been kind of a culmination of things. I think, the way that Kevin's handled, the way that he's gone about himself and his business, and the way that he communicates to us, to Donnie, and all the coaching staff, and then it kind of filters down to us, and we've created a bond with our group, and it's happened, like I said, organically in the way it's supposed to, and that's something that can't be forced and it can't be faked. And everybody, I'm sure you could go around to 32 teams and everybody tell you that they have a tight team, and that's it's a cliche thing to say in the hockey world especially, and but everybody can kind of see when it's real and when it's not, and we have something that's pretty cool.
I think when RJ came out during the ceremony, the applause kind of kept going for like 2 or 3 minutes. What was the reaction like on the bench during that time? It just kept going.
It was a neat thing for us. It's just to be a part of that moment was special, and you could just see how much that he meant to the fans in that moment. And RJ was getting emotional for sure, but he did, his voice, just when he went up and spoke after the ovation, like, there's something about the way that he speaks and his voice that just captivates you, and he's got that presence when he speaks because of his voice and the way that he talks, and it was just a special night all around.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.